Welcome everybody to this quarter's Gaiscioch Community Summit. Thank you all for joining, guys. I know it's a busy Sunday. There are a few of you out there. It just makes me happy to see that somebody did show up today. So it is our second quarter of Gaiscioch. As you know, we have been running for over 20 years now, and it has been quite a journey. Things have definitely transitioned over the years. We've gone from a small roleplay community to a massive, massive world conquering, host of massive public community events with over 700 people in attendance. That was crazy. Kind of happy those days aren't here anymore, but in the same sense, I do really kind of cherish all those relationships that we've made over the years. It's been a lot of fun. I am your host, Benjamin Foghladha, the original founder and activity director of the Gaiscioch community. And we're going to be journeying through some of the things that we're going to be doing. The things that we're doing right now, the things that we're experimenting with, seeing if people like it or they don't like it, and then the things that we're looking towards the future to possibly investigate whether or not you guys want to explore them. And as always with Gaiscioch, the things that we do are going to be the things that you guys want to do. So I've kind of turned the wheel over to you guys as a community to help drive us into the future and figure out where we need to be. It used to be this huge checklist of things that we used to look for, but in all honesty, there's nothing out there that even comes close to matching those same games that we had back in the day. The whole industry has changed, and we've kind of got to adapt as we go. So let's go ahead and dive right in. It's going to be a lot of cool little trailers to see, videos to watch. First up, we're going to go over some Gaiscioch news. The big thing is the game hubs I've been working on for pretty much 6 months. I mean, the COVID times were rough, and then my wife getting sick was hard too. So I've been kind of stretched between trying to keep my job and then trying to take care of my wife, trying to avoid the plague, which we've done great so far. My family has not had COVID yet, so knock on wood, we have been very good at People Are Lava. But the game hubs have kind of, taken longer than expected. So I'm really hoping to launch them in May. It's going to be a little buggy at first, so Kitty will be posting daily bugs, no doubt. And that's okay because I'm going to be patching them as I find them. We're basically revamping 20 years of a website, so it's going to be interesting. But those should go live, and it should make life a little easier, kind of simplifying the process a bit. I am working on bringing Gaiscioch magazine back now that we're a little past the chaos of COVID. I plan to write at least 5 articles over the next 3 months to finish up issue 21, which is pretty much halfway done before COVID hit. And then for our 2022 Extra Life charity event, we've got it scheduled. We're starting to build a lineup, getting the prizes in the vault November 4th through 6th. That'll be our annual live stream event. And in other Extra Life news, Gaiscioch actually received the Lifetime Achievement Award from Extra Life for raising over $10,000 for children's charities. So that's big news. They're sending us a little coin. I'll take a picture of it for you guys when it arrives. It's pretty cool. In any case, I am also bringing back daily live streams Monday through Friday, and we're going to be showing off some of the new games, some of the co-op games that you guys are curious about. We're going to be diving into some MMOs, and I'm going to be using these mainly as a platform to help write articles and do some videos. So we shall see. And then this last quarter, there have been so many game announcements. So there's quite a few new games that you guys probably not even heard of yet. I'm going to try to fill you in on all the juicy details. So I've picked out a select few that we're going to cover in this stream, and then I've also mentioned a bunch of other ones that we're keeping an eye on. And when they're worth talking about, I'll bring them to your attention. But as of right now, I think I've highlighted the big ones that might, looking at the various community members here, I think somebody out of all of you will like each one of them. So. And then, big announcement in New World news. If you've ever met Morgan or Curiel, you probably know to love him. He's an amazing dude. Really happy to have cross paths with him, and we are happy to bring him on as an elder. He has been acting like an elder since the day he joined, and we finally gave him the title so that he can actually help do the job rather than just pretend to do the job. So thank you, Morgan, for being awesome. I will let you speak a little bit during the AMA portion and introduce yourself. Very happy to have you on the team. All right, folks. So, Spring Eldership, These are the people that are helping me drive this here ship. Um, I'm your community leader. We all know that. That guy don't matter. So in GW2 we have Gma Fog, Old Goat, Jillabod, Dargren, Kitty, Micah, and Namery, all helping me keep GW2 moving forward. That is our biggest chapter and our most active chapter, so it requires quite a bit of maintenance. Then we have our Elder Scrolls team with Ismina, Akiran, and Sir Henry Vale. We will be poking into Elder Scrolls in the near future, so I'm looking to help work with that team to get some interest going there. So if you are curious about Elder Scrolls or want to jump into the High Isle, definitely check it out. Get that thing downloading. It'll take you till it releases to get it downloaded. Chapter 7, New World, we have Cariel, aka Morgan, Atram, Ismina, Pedro, Donnellium, Tip, and Seacoral, and Selrina. Pretty much all people that are, all of my elders that are actually playing New World at the moment. And then over on the advisory board, we still have Berga, Chemical, Clannorton, Dargren, Ian, Ilana, Haggle, Prissy, Radiological, Rylissa, Smitty, Terrafer, Tybor, Varder, and Yulishka. So, it is a quite immense team full of people from diverse cultures helping put this all together. And I thank each one of you guys for being that kind of that home base for everybody to turn to if they need some kind of support. So thank you, support team. All right. So of our newer members, now I think I got most of them on here. There might be a few that are missing because they just joined recently. We had a whole rush of new members join in the last couple days. So I don't think that they're all good. So I think there's a few missing, but I'll get you on the next one, no doubt. And but welcome to the family. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to join us, getting to know us, play with us. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to meeting all of you and hanging out with all of you and getting a chance to play alongside you. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime if you have any questions. More than happy to help you out and share some time with you. In any case, let's go ahead and proceed. In the congratulations category, Sigmund Northwind finally got his Warlord achievement. So congratulations, Sigmund. You have earned that Warlord title. You have been here forever and are definitely well overdue for that title. So congratulations. In the veteran category, we have Aquino, Ben Joseph, Colossal Uprising, Dargren, Garlet, Great Evil, Hunt Down, Irish Guy, Jabber, Josiah, Karthak, Lord Poon, Nazarus, Salty Dog, and the Proxy, all getting their veteran title. And then for the member category, these are the Lorgairs of the family, the ones that can start leading events. Any of these guys can post an event on our calendar and get running. We have All the Bits Chaos, Azrael Dragon, Cinderblock, Extended Orange, Rufus, Cynthia's, Tangent, and Terlock. Welcome. I'm really happy to see you guys getting promoted, getting worked up, and being able to start hosting your own events, or if that's what you choose. Nothing says that you have to. So, and then a big thanks to the Patreons. These guys have saved my life, like literally. I don't know how I would have made it through the past few years without these guys. I used to end up having to work 2 jobs, so I'd have my main full-time job, and then I'd usually have another full-time job on the side, and that didn't leave a whole lot of time for Gaiscioch. And I went probably 10 years like this, and people kept saying, "Why don't you let us help you? Why don't you let us help you? Why don't you let us help you?" And then I'm finally like, you know what? Why don't I let them help me? And then I I opened up the Patreon to get some support, so I didn't have to work that side job, so that I can support Gaiscioch, and we managed to make Gaiscioch self-sufficient. So with these Patreon support, Gaiscioch pretty much runs on its own income, and I don't have to keep throwing $200 to $400 every month into it. So that's a huge help. It definitely is a lifesaver on my part, because I don't know that I would have made it through the last couple of years working 2 jobs. There's just no way. I would have died. So thank you guys. Really big appreciation. I love all you guys, and you guys are keeping me going. So thank you. Taking a look at our active population right now, we are sitting at about 546 active members. Those are people that are logging in, doing things on our website every single week. Over there in Guild Wars 2, we have 386 active members. Those people that have played in the last 7 days. We have 96 Elder Scrolls Online players that have logged in and played in the last 7 days. Conqueror's Blade 77, New World 56, and Lost Ark has become a 15 at this point. So, what are we playing? You guys probably know what the big one is. You guys know what we're playing? I think you probably do. Any guesses? Come on. Give me a guess. Anyone? Yep, that'd be Guild Wars 2. That's our number one. Let's go ahead and check out what's new in Guild Wars 2.
Entropy, a force of chaos and corruption. Over the ages, many civilizations fell to its power. Our mission as the warriors of willpower is to fight against their hordes.
For those of you joining us in Guild Wars 2, you have seen how wonderful the End of Dragons has been. It is quite a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful expansion. If you have not checked it out, I highly recommend it. It is my favorite expansion to date. I can tell you that much. Along with it, this last couple months, they've relaunched the very first Living World Season 1, the Flame and Frost chapter that nobody was able to play up till now. They actually rebuilt it in a playable form so that we can play through it again. So that's available in-game right now. There is a new strike mission that came with the expansion, the Aetherblade Hideout Challenge Mode. There's a new guild hall, which we've moved to. Currently reworking the jumping puzzles that I like to make, and the memorial is going to be rebuilt. I'm just looking for the right spot to put it all, being we have so many. And then story time with Foghladha is currently exploring the Ended Dragons campaign. We are on, I think, part 11. Working our way to, I think, 15. I think there's 15 parts. So we got a few more weeks worth of story time. And then I'll probably go back to some sort of rotation that brings World v World back in the mix. Because we are rapidly getting close to that World v World alliance system. So coming spring 2022 in Guild Wars 2, we have the Ended Dragons updates, 4 new challenge mode strikes, 2 new legendary weapon variants. Those come June 28th. The Living World History, Season 1, Episode 1 and 2. The second one comes out May 24th. Festivals, we get the Dragon Bash in June 7th. The gameplay systems, Professions update. There's a whole rework of the Profession system, so I'm really interested to see what that does. And then the World v World Alliance betas are happening. So we'll see how that all plays out. Hopefully we get those alliances sooner rather than later. Alright, next up. Who's going to go check out this? Yeah, the new expansion to Elder Scrolls is coming. Let's check it out.
Inequity rips at the very fabric of society. The profligate lead lives of excess. A force of chaos and corruption. Complacency. Over the ages, many civilizations fell to its power. Our mission as the warriors of willpower is to fight against their hordes. Society's outcasts are trying to heal. Yet, we are all trapped. A fish rots from the head down. The only cure.
Let's try that.
Inequity rips at the very fabric of society. The profligate few lead lives of excess, but comfort breeds complacency. These highborn have no idea what lies beneath. Society's outcasts are trapped here. But in the end, we are all trapped. A fish rots from the head down. And the only cure is to cut it off. We are the sword. We are the Ascendant.
Alright folks, audio issues aside, this is High Isle. Sorry about that. I apparently clicked on something I shouldn't have. My bad. So, new chapter, High Isle. Comes out June 6th, so it's right around the corner, next month in fact. We get new zones. We get to explore the High Isle and Aminos, a land never before seen in the Elder Scrolls universe. Traverse stunning white cliffs, majestic castles, and perilous jungles as you encounter the chivalrous Breton society. A new storyline is coming in. We get to uncover a secret order of knights led by a mysterious Ascendant Lord who threatens to disrupt the peace talks for the ongoing Three Banner War and condemn Tamriel to endless conflict. We gain some new companions, Ember and Isabel. Trading card game, which is the Tales of Tribute. We get a new trial, the Dreadsail Reef, and new world events, volcanic vents. Probably a lot like the geysers of Somerset. So that's pretty much what's coming. Now, with us, please come set sail with us. We are heading to the High Isles, and Sir Henry Vale and I will be leading some events all throughout June. I'm hoping that we can get some other event leaders over there to spawn up some adventures, but we shall see. For now, it's going to be the two of us trying to drive this thing. And we have Sir Henry's weekly endeavors every Tuesday at 5 p.m. They're currently running right now. He can use you, so please come out for those. We have Pledge Dungeon runs with Sir Henry Vale every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific. And then starting in June 5th, we are going to have Sunday morning AVA with Foghladha. So I will be running the AVA for a month to see what you guys think of that. We're going to try it out, see if that's what you guys want to do. If you'd rather do something else, we can do that too. But I want to at least give it a little workout and see what we can do over there. In any case, next up, Conqueror's Blade.
Look upon the city. The ruin kindled. The monsters you shepherd.
For madness drives you. In divine light, we stand together. Uncorrupted, we fight without fear. Never to bow down, never to be broken. We suffered your cruelty. Now, pray for our
Conqueror's Blade, guys. This is a very thrilling game. For anyone that's an adrenaline junkie, this is definitely a game you should check out. It has both PvE and PvP gameplay, so you can be doing nothing but playing AI if you want. You can do nothing but play PvP if you want. So it kind of lets you choose what you want to do. So with Season 11, we saw a house season improvement. There's now an activity score that allows us to reward our most active players. We can actually see who's actually doing stuff, which is good, because before we had to rely on a last login kind of sort of time frame thing that they had. It would tell us, like, if you were here 2 days ago, it would say that you were here a week ago. If you're here 8 days ago, you were here a month ago. If you were here 32 days ago, it would say that you were here a year ago. It was so broken. It was terrible. And now we at least have some kind of activity score that constantly updates, and every week it refreshes, so we can actually track who's here and who's not. So that's at least good. This season we got 3 new fresh theme unit, the Chevaliers, the Banner Guards, and the Alchemists. All 3, I wouldn't say are good. But this is a great season to go back and get some of those other units from prior seasons and get those leveled up. There's a new tutorial system which revamped the entire path quests, which is super good. It's great rewards, get you your first gold, purple, and blue units. Super good. Check it out. And then there was a lot of quality of life improvements. Too many to go through here, but if you have been a Conqueror's Blade player in the past, you might be pleasantly surprised at some of the changes that came in this season. Now, as a community, so far in Season 11, we have been rocking it. We have secured the southern part of the Borderlands. We have upgraded everything down there. We are on track to have the first rank 8 town on our server. We faced off against the cohorts, and last night against the partisans in a very ferocious battle. 7 different battles, one night, and we won every single one of them. So that was quite an encounter. All 3 houses of Hibernia are fully staffed by active players. As of this morning, there wasn't a single person that hasn't been logged in the past month. It's absolutely insane. They're all full with active players, and we can make room if we need to. So if you want to get in and play, we definitely will make room for you, especially as a community member. We're happy to get you in, and there's always people rotating through it. So definitely check it out. It's not for everybody, but if you like Siege Warfare, this is definitely a game you should see. Next up, we have New World.
Through a crucible of body, mind, and spirit, the champion shall pass. And so shall those foolish souls enter her domain. They shall come beyond evil, beyond death. There shall be no reprieve, no mercy. Of corruption. The champion of their doom. You should have known better than to come here.
All right, for you New World folks out there, you can probably agree with me that the last couple months they have really improved this game, like miles and bounds. I feel like they're almost at that point where they're going to have that kind of Tamriel 1 experience where they rebuild this thing enough where it stops the sinking course and starts the rising course. So I think we're seeing a lot of really good things coming to the game. I think things are moving in the right direction. It's just a matter of whether or not people were burned so much that they can't come back and try it again. Some of the new things that came in this past couple months, we had the new expedition, the Tempest Heart. That's the next tier up, so gets you to 625. The Blunderbuss, new weapon. It's a shotgun, hand cannon. You know, it's got both close range and a little longer range, kind of. Well, it's close range by in your face, and then long range as in, you know, I'm 6 feet away from you and still shooting you. Range improvements include there is unlimited base ammo now, so you don't have to have ammo. You don't run out of ammo anymore. It will use the base weapon ammo, and then all ammo now is no weight at all, so you can carry as much as you like, and it doesn't slow you down at all. The storage improvements, you can now access your storage from anywhere on the map. So if you go to any town, you can access all of your storage dumps in all of the different towns, all at the same place. They also doubled the size of your storage space, so you got lots more room to grow. Wars and Invasions, you can now sign up from anywhere on the map. You don't have to travel to the town to sign up. You just click on the town and go to the war board, sign up. The gathering speed and growth has improved, so they sped it up a bit, so you don't have to spend so much time whacking on trees. And then the April update introduced a absolute ton of bug fixes and balance changes. It's been really good so far. I think the last 2 months have been a very good turning point for the game. Community-wise, we merged again from Oceania to Orifena. This is our 4th time being merged, so hopefully we can actually start growing a uniform community one of these days. We rallied pretty much all the remaining Marauders to our side, so we have a lot of the Marauders that were on the prior server joining us as Gaiscioch now, and so that's been good. It's been really good meeting some of these people. We got some phenomenal crafters now, so if you need highly skilled crafter gear, we have those available to you. We're experimenting with new types of events, so I've been kind of poking all the different things, seeing what people want to do, and trying to find a good groove for our Friday night event. So if you want to come out, we're doing Friday night event, 6 p.m. Pacific. Love to have you there. We've been doing OPRs this month. We're going to try some dungeon runs starting this week, see how that goes. And then we are working very hard to try to get familiar with the new Orifena community. We are actively recruiting new members. If you have a friend, please introduce them to us. We definitely want to keep this thing going, and can't do that if everything dries up and nobody wants to play anymore. So I definitely think it's going to be a fun time for you. So, our community. Servers Orifena, that's NA East. We are the faction Marauders, that's the green people, because we like green. Our company name is Gaiscioch. I'm the leader. Our consuls, Sea Coral, Ismina, Pedro, Donnellium, Selrina, Morgan, Atram, Tip, and, whoa, Morgan's on there twice because he's that awesome. And then send them that link right there, gsch.info/NW for more information. Next up, we have Lost Ark.
Your destruction is inevitable.
It's time.
The chaos is too much.
There's no turning back now.
I am afraid it's over.
Proud knights, raise your swords of honor and annihilate the enemy!
Alright folks, that's what's coming for Lost Ark. Some of it has arrived. The Destroyer is coming soon. That Destroyer class just reminds me of Dawn when he sees a spider. He's just smash, 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 smash. You know, it's fun times. So, Lost Ark is our newest adventure. It took off about 2 months ago. 3 months ago? 2 months ago. And it's free to play. You can download it right off of Steam, I believe. And yeah, it's a pretty fun little action MMORPG. I will warn you, it is a little thick when it comes to content. So there is a lot of stuff to do in there. There's 80 dungeons, guys. 80 dungeons in that game. There are 77 zones across 14 continents. Um, when you've developed a game for 4 years before bringing it to a market, there's a whole lot of stuff that's been introduced. So it's a bit overwhelming at first, but if you can get through it and just kind of pay attention to everything, you might end up liking it. It's one of those games that can hook you. We've seen a lot of members really love this game. So definitely check it out. If you're interested, get in touch with Krytus. He is leading the community over there, and he's there a lot more than I am, so I put him in charge. I'm like, you know what, you run with this ship. So Krytus is doing a phenomenal job over there, keeping that adventure going, and really happy that he stepped up for it. All right, so next up, Kitty's favorite game, Deep Rock Galactic.
Foghladha! For rockin' solid!
Alright folks, so Deep Rock Galactic Season 2 has launched. That is called Escalate or Rival Escalation. It is definitely available right now, and if you are interested in playing Deep Rock Galactic, please get in touch with Kitty. She loves this game, like literally loves it. She knows everything about it. She knows developers about it. She is very, very, very connected in things. So get in touch with Kitty. We do this quite a bit. There's events every week going on for Deep Rock Galactic, and I'm sure Kitty would love to have more people joining. It is a 4-player cooperative game. It is available on PC. I'm not sure if it's crossplay. Kitty, do you know if it's crossplay? But it is also on PlayStation and Xbox. It is procedurally generated cave networks. So you go into these caves and you'll dig and you'll pull out resources that you need. You'll kill monsters that are down there. It's kind of like a go in, extract type of game. There are 4 unique classes. And yeah, I mean, you explore, dig, shoot, and drink. What's more to like? It's a rock and stone. Go sign up, gschh.info/g/drg to learn more. It is a fun little cooperative game. Highly encourage you to play it. All right. So, next up, Blood Bowl. This little game is a kind of a turn-based version of kind of a tactical football game, but more brutal. Dorda is currently leading a Fog Bowl league, and it is, I think, our 3rd season. I'm not sure. I wish Dorda was here to confirm, but yeah, I think it's the 3rd season. And yeah, it's like dice and death, as chess with dice and death, as Kitty would put it. We do have a Gaiscioch league. So if you are interested in playing Blood Bowl with other Gaiscioch members, do check it out. Head over to gschh.info/g/bb2 to learn more, and get in contact with Dorda in Discord, and he will connect you. He will go like mind explode, full joy on you if you mention Blood Bowl to him. He loves this game and really wants to try to get more people involved. So check it out. It is highly active. There's lots of stuff going on every week for it. So enjoy. And this pretty much brings us to the games that we're exploring. So these are the proving grounds, guys. This is where we find out if they're going to sink or swim. We stick all new adventures into this category as we start exploring them. And only time will tell whether or not people will stick with them or if they're just going to play it for a minute and then leave. So this month we have, I think, 3 picks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. Good old Space Bunks. If you haven't seen this game, definitely check it out. It is available on the Epic Games Store. Here you go.
My name is Duke, and if you're wondering, I never asked to be stupidly famous, good-looking, and successful. It kind of just happened. These three clowns, I call them friends. We live life by two very simple rules. Blow up as much stuff as possible, and get paid as much as we can.
Fortune is on our side.
We're just a simple band of rogues, misfits, and troublemakers.
Too crowded for my taste.
Because what question can't be answered with a crate of guns and a cruiser full of grenades?
This is my morning routine.
Pity to destroy such fine work.
Anyway, we're on an explosive crusade through the universe, taking each galaxy for all it's got.
Making memories.
Hey, it's impressive, but my eyes are up here.
Fabulous.
That counts as another boss kill for me, Finn.
I demand a redo.
That was hard.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling lucky. Woo!
Pure joy.
All right, where to next? Space punks. Hold on, try again. Space punks! No,
Stop it.
space.
Alright folks, so Space Punks is a new little game that I recently discovered. It is available on the Epic Game Store for free. It's a free download, but use creator code Gaiscioch anyways because they turned me into one of their official creators, and this way it says, hey, Gaiscioch is actually doing something for us. So please keep me there. Maybe they'll keep giving me free games to give away. I don't know. We'll see. So, get your Cyberpunk on. Spacepunk is a free-to-play online cooperative ARPG that will see you shooting and looting your way across the galaxy. Team up with three misfits to lay siege to hordes of alien scumbags, harvest their loot, and become the ultimate galactic badass. I mean, what's not to like, right? You got guns, you got like pigs with machine guns, you got crickets like me. I play the cricket guy, and it is pretty neat. It's like kind of a top-down twin-stick shooter. Reminds me a lot of this game called Live Luck that nobody knows and nobody played, but it was a really good game. And, you know, it's just the hardships of not having a marketing team. You make this great game that nobody ever plays. It's so sad. But it is available now. Steam, Epic Game Store, Early Access. So definitely check it out. Go download it. It's free. You have nothing to lose. You might like it. And who knows? We might see you there. Next up, this new little gem. That's kind of an old little gem. It's actually celebrating its first birthday. But, you know, I'm a little late to the party. Apparently this game was worth trying out. So here you go. Check it out. Let me know what you think.
The realm of Arran is rife with danger. Our kind, the Kun-Anan, have fallen into decline. Now is the age of the Elder Gods. They oppress us and rob the land of its most sacred treasures. The ancestors have chosen you to defend us. And you are not alone. Find strength in the pack and hunt down the gods. Reclaim what is ours, then take what is theirs to obtain a power to rival the gods, to rebuild our home and provide for our kind. Alpha, you must restore us to our former glory. You must become almighty!
So check that out. A year ago this game came out, but it's It has come around quite a bit. I am definitely enjoying it. We created a Gaiscioch clan there. So far, Radiological, Pedro, Ismina, Shay are all playing. We're all having a grand old time there. If you're interested in it, you can find it on Steam. It's pretty easy to find. It is definitely worth your thing. If you are a person that likes to, if you liked Monster Hunter but it was too complex for you, this would definitely be your jam. You pretty much hunt, kill, collect, and build together. You hunt demons, monsters, and gods solo or online with friends in this action RPG. Run, leap, or fly across islands, ripping your foes to pieces, like literally brutalize them. It's crazy. And you get to rebuild your home in with the remains. So you'll go to an island and you will, basically farm supplies there. You'll kill a bunch of creatures, collect the loot from them. You can actually capture like wild animals and bring them back to this portal, and then you can like defeat these massive bosses and bring their parts back to the thing, and then you can extract them. You can also steal from the aliens. So you go there and you literally grab a orb or a box from their big altar, and you run it all the way back to your training point, and then you have to basically defend this portal as it extracts everything. And basically then you get all the resources that come from that, and you can upgrade your own base. And then there's this whole invasion mode where you're defending your home base that you've upgraded and you built towers. And it's like a tower defense game on a big scale. And you can bring all your friends in to help defend it, and there's this giant wave with all these massive creatures attacking you. It's pretty interesting. It's way over the top. If you like kind of an action third-person shooter game, this is definitely a game that you can probably check out and have a good time with. We do have a clan there, so if you want to join, just let me know, and I can get you an invite to it, and we can link our islands together. And the cool thing is you share profits with your friends. So the more friends that you have, the more exterior profit you get, so you can help build each other up. So that's kind of cool. Each person can link to 10 different other people. So that way we can help everyone grow, and it'll be a good time for everybody. Next up, we have this new little game that releases next week, in fact. So it will be on Steam Early Access next week, and I think it'll be its beta phase. I'm pretty sure it's considered beta, but it is a vampire-themed action RPG. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Vampires! Vampire at the gates!
Spirits, hear me!
I'll show you what we're made of! This is Luminance!
One shot, one kill. You're done.
Alright folks, so this is a cooperative vampire-themed ARPG. It has gone through some changes. Like originally when it was first announced, it was announced as an MMO, and then it became a survival game, and then it became an ARPG. So I'm not sure how much of each of those systems still sits inside this game. So next week when I get my hands on it, I will definitely be able to let you know. I'm planning on streaming it on Thursdays in June. So if you want to play this with me, I'm more than happy to take you on board and venture forth doing vampire-y things in this new ARPG. So you awaken as a vampire, hunt for blood in nearby settlements to regain your strength and invade the scorching sun to survive. You raise your castle and thrive in an ever-changing open world full of mystery. Gain allies online and conquer the land of the living. Not sure what to expect going in, but that's kind of the joy of it. It is a traditional ARPG. From the videos I've seen, it looks a lot simpler than some of the other ARPGs that are out there. So we'll see. We'll see how much depth this thing has. So I'm going to be picking it up. We'll play it all through June, and we'll see if it's worth its weight. If it sinks, oh well. If not, well then I guess we got another adventure on our board. If you're interested in joining the hunt, please go to gsch.info/g/VR and check the game out. We'll be starting it, I believe, on the 17th is when it goes live, and we'll be able to play it together. In any case, this brings us around to the horizon. Now this is the fun part, guys. These are all new adventures that we're keeping an eye on. I've picked out several games this time. Some are co-op, some are MMOs. And these are the games that I think you guys will most likely be interested in. I might, swing and miss on a few, but I think when I'm thinking about each one of you guys, I think, oh, this person would like this. Oh, this person would like this. And I think that some of you will like some of these games. At the end, we're going to pull and see which ones you actually like. But I think I've nailed it on the head with a few of these. So let me know what you think. Let's go ahead and cruise right on through these. Now, I will tell you, we're saving the best for last. So definitely stay tuned. First up, Arran, the Book of Heroes. This game is very uniquely art styled, and I think might call to a few of our members. It is totally indie, but I think you just watch. You'll see what I mean. It might call to a few of you. Alright, so if you took a little bit of Dark Souls and you combined it with a little bit of Gauntlet, and then you threw it into the that series, that Don't Starve series, I think you'd pretty much get this game. It is a cooperative medieval adventure with a touch of RPG elements. It's not like super RPG, but it's got some RPG. You can journey with up to 5 players online, so it's a 5-player dungeon crawler. You got tons of enemies and stuff to fight. It has a very unique art style, and I like that about the game. So when this comes around, I will definitely give this a show. We'll see what you guys think. You guys might like it, you might hate it. We don't know, but we'll find out. It comes out in November of 2022. So look forward to this around the November timeframe. I will definitely check it out and let you guys decide whether or not we should continue with it or not. But yeah, it should be fun. The next up, we have a working title, Outpost. Now this hit my desk sometime in the last week, and I was like, what? This looks fun. So this one I mainly saw Radiological Burial Soup, Donalium, and I was like, oh, these guys would love this game. So go ahead and check it out. I think you guys will like it.
Warning, hostile signal detected. Warning, hostile signal detected. Of human society in many ways, but it came quietly from the creation that we are most proud of.
Alright, now that was Outpost. Now that trailer dropped and I was like, wait, what? You get mechs, you get massive bases, you get horde mode, and it's totally cooperative. This is insane. I like first-person cooperative games, and I thought that this one might just tickle a few of your fancies. It is an Outpost is a first-person shooter. You collect resources, build and raise outposts, and you get various characters. So has an RTS element. I'm not sure how it all plays in, but there's definitely going to be some kind of RTS mechanic in it. And then you have your builders, and then you have your people that man the guns. I'm not sure how many players it's going to be, but it's definitely base defense on an epic scale. So you will use those various characters to tackle more difficult maps, models, and modes for better rewards and growth materials. Throughout the battles are filled with random elements, so there's going to be random encounters apparently. They'll just be spawning at random times. So we're not sure all of the scope of this game yet, but it definitely has arrived on our shores, and we are keeping an eye on it. We will let you know as it develops, and most likely have it slotted for a stream for a month and see what we got. Who knows? You can add it on your wish list. It is on Steam, so definitely check it out there. Next up, we have Sentry. This is another little game that I thought a few might like. Now, we had a pretty good Orcs Must Die Unchained following. A lot of you guys played Orcs Must Die. And we do have a pretty good group of first-person shooter folks out there. So what happens when you combine like Orcs Must Die and a first-person shooter? Well, this is what happens.
Sentry online. Objective update. Objective update. Sentry expired. Sentry online. Objective update.
Alright, this little gem definitely caught my eye. It's kind of like Orcs Must Die meets Half-Life. Sentry is an action defense first-person shooter where you defend your spaceship against an relentless alien threat. Use traps, turrets, and environmental destruction to repel invaders, hordes, and engage the enemy in a fast-paced FPS action across a dynamic single-player or cooperative campaign. We will be checking this one out when it comes out. It definitely is something that I think I would like. I'm pretty sure Radio would like. It definitely has kind of that frantic first-person shooter with the little golden eye elements where you can shoot down a crane and drop it on somebody's head. So that's always something I really liked. It was a nice touch in games, and I love it when games do that. So we're going to check it out. Might sink, might swim, who knows? But we're going to try it and find out. I look forward to joining you on that. So you're probably thinking, Fog, what's up with all these first-person shooters? Can we get something different? Okay, we're going to try this one. Let's go ahead and check this guy out.
Entropy. A force of chaos and corruption. Over the ages, many civilizations fell to its power. Our mission as the warriors of willpower is to fight against their hordes.
Alright folks, this one was announced just last week. This was the first time I ever saw it. And the thing that caught my eye is that it is actually a 6-player co-op horde survival game. So it is Souls-like combat where you have to be timing your dodges and stuff, but it is definitely an interesting looking game. I'm not sure how well it's going to perform with us, but I figure we'll try it out and see. So when this comes out later this year, apparently 2022 is a good year for this one to release. We will be trying it out and seeing if you guys like it. Anyone that wants to try it out, welcome to do so. Head on over to gsch.info/play/rm to learn more. Hopefully I activated that link. Oh, I think I might have forgot. If not, try it later today. I'll make sure that that's fixed. I think I might have forgotten that one. In any case, it was a very new game and I didn't have a whole lot of time. Alright, so this is a little gem that we first were following, and then we weren't following, and then we were following, and then they weren't coming west, and then they are coming west. It has been all over the place. So we do have confirmation it's coming west, and it's coming west soon. So apparently it's releasing this year, potentially as early as the fall. So it is currently in closed beta in the English version. So we should be seeing it really soon. So let me show you this, and you guys can decide whether or not this is something that we should even investigate or not. I'm going to leave it entirely up to you guys, because you guys are the best voice when it comes to this stuff. But from what I'm seeing on the streams currently, I think a lot of people are actually enjoying it. It is kind of that, the Genshin impact that we should have gotten. That has co-op, and you can play together in a large group. So this looks like something that might be better fit than Genshin was.
We have crossed the galaxy and arrived at Ida to build a new era with our own hands. We claim to be the new gods and have built the Tower of Fantasy, craving omnium just like the stars. But this unstable gift destroyed the new era. The old days are now an illusion, and a new world is coming. My long-cherished wish is about to come true. Welcome to the new world.
Alright, Tower of Fantasy is an upcoming anime-inspired cross-platform MMORPG coming to the PC and mobile plays first. There is rumor that it's coming to consoles as well, so we'll see about that. It's supposed to be 100% crossplay, whatever they add into it. So we'll see how that all plays out. Now, from what I hear, it does have a completely separate interface for the mobile as it does for PC, kind of like Genshin did. So the difference is that this one actually is built to play with other people, whereas Genshin kind of slapped it on as an added bonus. So this is an MMO, features a large open world, sci-fi themed anime aesthetics. It's fast, smooth action combat. The ability to interact with your environment is a big plus, and then an active PvP system. So, and there's a lot more. I mean, the list goes on of things to do in this game, but it's kind of one of those where I want to support it, but I don't want to support it unless you guys want to play it. If you guys want to play it, I will go there with you. We will play these anime people, and I'm sure it'll be fun. But I'm not going to do it if it's just me. So let me know if you want to play this game, and I'll go there with you. It is currently in closed beta. It is launching in 2022. Join the adventure at gsch.info/g/TOF. All right, so this brings us to our last game of the night. And this is the one that I saw and my jaw hit the floor, and I'm like, no way. This actually looks like it could be something big for us. So without much ado, here you go, guys. Enjoy Throne and Liberty. Alright, folks. I have to tell you, this game by far kind of blew me away when I first saw it. I was like, okay, It's NCSoft. They haven't the best track record, but Guild Wars 2. Let's be frank. Guild Wars 2, it has been our most successful chapter to date. It has lasted longer than any other game out there and has been consistently as large as it has been. So that's one win for NCSoft. Now, what happened in Aeon sucked. What happened in Arcade sucked. There were a lot of things that NCSoft has done right and a lot of things that they have done wrong. But the nice thing that I really, really love them right now for is that they are bringing massive and putting it back in MMO. I am so sick and tired of every MMO thinning things out to be 4-player everything. 4 players is not an MMO. Massive is 100 people fighting a boss for a common goal. Bring the massive and put it back in massively multiplayer online role-playing game. So we're gonna see what this has. It has massive world encounters. You saw those. Massive castle sieges in consensual PvP regions. So it's like you're not getting ganked. You're there because you want to be there. And it supposedly has large guild sizes. So I'm going to go out on a limb and give NCSoft a chance on this one. I'm not sure who the actual developer is. It says presented by NCSoft, so I'm not sure if it's them publishing it or if there was another developer involved. This was by the Project TL team, which was Project The Lineage. So we're going to see. You're probably right, Kitty, but we're going to see. This is definitely something that is of interest. So we're going to take a look at it. I am pulling interest right now, so gsch.info/g/TL if you want to sign up as an interested party. We are going to be pulling interest. We're going to check this out, and if you guys decide this is a game where we need to be, we're going to be there. It looks fun. I like the free running aspects of it, climbing over stuff, and the action-oriented combat. The scenery looks great. The massive sieges look great. The riding on your friend who's driving this giant tank with a bunch of people on top of him, that looks fun. So we'll see. Could be a lot of fun. Could suck. Who knows? We're going to find out. Could be the next Blessed Online for all we know. But, at least we can try and see if it's worth sticking around for. Alright. So, you guys want to know, hey Fog, have you heard of this? Well, this is a partial list of the games I'm actually tracking. So if you think for a moment that I'm not keeping my eye on the horizon for you guys, I am keeping my eye on the horizon quite immensely. So, spring 2022, we can look forward to My Time at Sandrock is finally coming to be. That is a Kickstarted game from the people that did the other My Time game. But the first one they did was single player. It was all single player. And this one is built to be co-op. So, My Time at Sandrock is a co-op RPG. It is very cute and kind of Harvest Moony. So if you liked Harvest Moon, you might like My Time at Sandrock. And then Spacepunks, of course, you saw. That one we're checking out right now. You can get involved with us right now. We have people playing it currently. V Rising started next week. We're going to be exploring that all next month. If you want to play, feel free to reach out to us. Then in summer 2022, we're looking at the launch of Frozen Flame, which is a kind of a survival RPG that is little known. I think it was Russian development, so I'm not sure how that's all playing out. But might not be here. Who knows? But it was definitely worth. I played it during, I think it was Extra Life a couple years ago when it was in a very early state, and we checked it out, and it was fairly decent. It wasn't bad. It was cool that you could build like a little raft and sail down a river. That was kind of cool. And then Tree of Life, Odora, is kind of a wacky, another version, kind of like My Time at Sandrock, that is kind of you build a farm and you grow stuff. If you like crafting, it's probably your type of game. It's survivally in that sense. But there is a lot of adventuring involved in it too. So check that out. It is on Steam. Fractured, we've been watching this game forever. This game has changed kind of what it wants to be so many times that I can't even keep track. So when it finally releases, I plan to download it and try it and see what it is. I crowdfunded it. I got one of the early packs, so I should be able to log in and play. So we're going to see how that all plays out. Coming this fall, there's a ton of game. That Arran, The Book of Heroes is coming out. Arc Raiders, which we showed last summit, is coming out. Nightingale is apparently coming out, which has shifted from being an MMO to being a cooperative game. So I'm not sure how big of a cooperative scale it is, but there is no more massively in it. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Rogue Masters, that 6-player dungeon crawler Souls-like game. And then Sky Climbers is another kind of Genshin Impact-y type of very aesthetically pleasing anime-style game with that's supposed to be more of a massive kind of game where you can play with a lot of friends. So we'll see how that plays out. And then Throne and Liberty is supposed to come this fall, 2022, on a global front. That was really surprising. I did not expect to see that on the list of things to release in 2022. We should probably hear a little bit more about it later in the year, but I'm pretty sure we'll start seeing some more content about that coming out. Tower of Fantasy coming out later this year globally. That I wasn't expecting, but they ended up making it so that they can come out, so we'll see that. Undecember, delayed a little bit. It was originally going to have their open beta here this month, but they delayed it. Haven't gotten the new open beta date, but it is still on track to release in 2022. So we shall see how that is. That is an action RPG, a lot like Diablo or Lost Ark. And then Warhammer 40k Darktide, you guys know what that is. It's Vermintide, but with Warhammer 40k. And we had a lot of Vermintide fans, so I imagine Warhammer 40k Darktide is probably going to be a pretty big hit. Then in 2023, Bitcraft, Embers Adrift, Ethereal, Gatewalkers, Medieval Dynasty, which was a pretty fun game if you liked... what was that game called? It's kind of... I don't know. It's almost like Mount Blade, but not really. It's more of a first-person, wandering around, hunting, gathering, fighting bandits type of game. But you build your own farm. You could become a mayor. I'll cover it as it gets closer. But that's coming out in 2023. It is currently available right now in the single-player mode. It's actually launching into a co-op mode next year. Path of Exile 2, teased a couple years ago. It was scheduled to be launched in 2023. We will see if it actually gets launched. Palia. A lot of XWoW developers are working on that one, and it is very artistically pleasing. Should be an interesting game to keep an eye on. I will keep you apprised as that develops throughout next year. Sentry, which is that first-person shooter, kind of Orcs Must Die meets Half-Life. The day before is a game that's a lot like if The Division was more about zombies than it was about, kind of terrorists. So it's very Division-like, but it is going to be an MMO that you can play with your friends. The Last Citadel is an interesting game. Stick that into Steam, hit search, and check it out. The War of Dragnorox has a long way to go before it's ready. I seriously doubt it's going to be 2023. It is not by any means cute yet. But if that turns into a game that we actually might want to try, I will let you know, and we'll be taking a look at it. And then over there on the far right, there's a bunch of games. Arvuda, which used to be Astaria, I think was the original name. They renamed, kind of repurposed it a bit. We have Ashes of Creation, which has been a long-time champion of our keeping an eye on board. That has the most people ever for a game that we follow. Bellator's just got announced. It's going to be another MMORPG with kind of a Italian/Spanish kind of hint to it. So it'll be interesting to kind of follow that one and see how that all plays out. Camelot Unchained is still on our list. It'll probably be there for the rest of Gaiscioch history. We don't know, but I have a feeling it's going to go the longest game development ever. I'm still holding Mark Jacobs accountable that I want to play this game before I retire. Chrono Odyssey. This is a new game that honestly, artistically, it's so beautiful. I can't believe it's actually a game. It seems like it should be a movie or a work of art, but it doesn't really seem like a game. Apparently, it's going to be an MMO. Crimson Desert. This is from the people that made Black Desert, but it's going to be a co-op game instead of an MMO. And it is kind of almost like a Scottish theme, oddly enough. So that will be interesting. Into the Echo is a time-traveling kind of multiverse type of game where you travel into different scenarios with your friends. It's an MMO. Definitely watching that one. Going to see what's going on with that. Odin Valhalla Rising. Still watching it. Not sure it's going to be something that you guys want to play, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Pantheon Rise of the Fall. We've been tracking for a while. It is from some of the original producers of EverQuest. and I think it might be something that we'll end up exploring. It could potentially turn into a chapter if things go well for it. Don't know. Past Fate is kind of an indie MMORPG. They have been making leaps and bounds recently in development, and I think next summit I'll probably show you a trailer to it. But it is still in early access, still early development, and I think they got a long way to go before it's ready. Rise was announced and then silenced. Like, I haven't heard a single peep since it was first announced, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then there's this new game called The End. Like, literally, it's not the end of my list. It's literally called The End. And I don't know jack and squat about it yet, but it's an MMORPG, and apparently it's coming. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Now, in the unannounced but known development categories, we have Guild Wars 3, which we know from the job recruitment boards is in development. ZeniMax Studios is working on a new IP MMO. If the leak that happened a couple weeks ago is anything about it, / rumor, it sounds like it might be the Mandalorian MMO, which Xbox kind of teased was in development. So we shall see if that's going to be a thing. Riot Games recently announced that their MMO would not see the light of day if it did not rock. They are not going to release another crappy MMO on the scene. They are hell-bent on making a great MMO at minimum. So it's kind of, a lot of people took it the wrong way and thought that they were canceling their MMO. They aren't canceling it. They're just saying that they're not going to release another shitty MMO. Pardon my French, but that's exactly what they said. So, and then Amazon Daybreak announced a collaboration on a new MMO, which might end up being the next step of EverQuest. So, who knows? It could happen. But based on the job recruitment boards, it seems like they are trying to pull a lot of people that have experience in the EverQuest genre of MMOs. So it could actually be that. Don't know for sure. Kind of cross some fingers. Now, the Games Fest that's coming up is definitely going to have some information about stuff. So that's going to be packed with new trailers. We're probably going to see some reveals there, and I'll be able to bring that to your attention next quarter. But that's pretty much all the things that we're watching. It's a whole lot of stuff that we're watching, and I'm going to filter this list so that you guys don't have to learn about everything. I will bring the stuff to your attention that I think you might actually like. And there's a lot more than this. I didn't want like this to be like 2 or 3 pages. So I am going to do my best. And there's a new section on Discord where you can just toggle on and off the games that you want, and I'm going to be feeding content into there for you all. So as you guys want to learn about these games, you can enable them, disable them, and see the content flow right in there for you. So that pretty much brings us around to our MMO news of interest. As if you didn't think that was enough before, Tower of Fantasy launched into beta in April, global release coming soon. Vampire Themed V Rising is heading to early access May 17th. Cooperative Sandbox My Time at Sandrock launches in early access May 26th. ZeniMax is potentially working on the Mandalorian MMO. And then Summer Game Fest is June 9th. Mark that on your calendars. It's going to be a big day with lots of reveals. The other big news that I saw of just a couple days ago, in fact, was industry veteran Jack Emmert, formerly the Cryptic CEO, you know, City Heroes and all those, a Neverwinter, Star Trek. He's heading up a new Texas-based studio for NetEase called Jackalope Games. It's supposed to be working completely independent from NetEase, so that their hand doesn't get involved in what they're doing. And they're going to be making MMO games specifically for the Western audience. Now, the keyword that was in the press release is games, not singular. So that should be interesting to see what's all coming with that. The survival MMO shooter the day before was delayed to 2023. Now, Legends of Area, you guys remember this as Shards Online? We remember when we tested that way back when? Well, then it became Legends of Area. We launched into it with an adventure. It quickly crashed in the ground. Well, they've decided the best course of action at this point is to go blockchain NFT. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do to that poor game, but they are not being nice to it. And then, maybe they're trying to follow suit after Terra, because Terra is finally closing its doors after all these years, June 30th. Absolutely all of them are ceasing to exist. So if you like Terra, get your play sessions in now. June 30th, it goes dark. It is quite a cool MMO at the time. I think everybody should play it at least once. Try it out just to get the idea. Play the little fat baby battles. Those are fun. Radio remembers those. Quite entertaining. But it's sad to see it go, but I guess, everything has to sunset sooner or later. So, this is going to bring us over to our poll time. So as of right now, let's go ahead and have you guys head on over to that URL. And I will get this poll rolling for you. Really curious to see what you guys think. So first up, URL is right there at the bottom. I'll paste it into Twitch chat for y'all. There you go. Go ahead and vote. Would you be playing this spring? I guess I didn't have Izzy proofread this, so sorry, Izzy. I probably should have had you proofread it a little, but I'm sure what would you be playing this spring is a good sentence. I'm sure of it. All right, so it's starting to shape up there. A few more people logging in and voting. It's looking like we got some Elder Scrolls popping up. Good to see that. Conqueror's Blade is definitely showing up. Guild Wars 2 leading the pack as it should. V Rising is having a surprising number of people signing up. That's good. Alright, anybody else out there? Cast those votes. Got a total of 20 participants at the moment. 37 votes. Obviously, Dorda isn't here. Otherwise, he'd be voting for that Blood Bowl. Alright. Here we go. Couple more. Blink, blink, blink. And feel free to vote for more than one. If you plan on playing more than one, you can vote for more than one. You should be able to. Alright, that looks like about it for that one. Let's go ahead and pop the next question. Which upcoming games that we showed are the most interesting to you? These are the games right here that you tell me you want to play that I will definitely get on my list to try out for you guys. Alright, so we do have some Tower Fantasy people. I wasn't sure. Outpost is definitely attracting some. Throne of Liberty is definitely attracting some. Nobody for the Dark Souls 6-player game? Come on, somebody's got to like that little gem. Oh, there we go. Somebody did it just to make me feel better. Somebody's got to like it. Come on. At least one of y'all. Yes, Tower of Fantasy is an anime very similar to Genshin Impact, but designed around the idea of being multiplayer. It is not a solo game. And Tower of Fantasy should also have a full guild system in it. So we should be able to play that. Alright, so that seems like it's pretty well balanced right there. Now I'm going to have you guys show your interest in which of our chapter potentials are you most interested in. Right now we have 4 games that we consider a chapter potential, mainly on the size and scale and ability to entertain the masses. So right now these could be our chapter 8. Go ahead and cast your vote and let's see what you guys think. I still think Camelot Enchant's gonna be like my chapter 20. I'll be playing it in a retirement home. Ashes of Creation has kind of been teeter-tottering on the idea of always on PvP or not always on PvP. For the time being, it's still a forced PvP game with high punishment for ganking people. But if ganking continues to stay in the game, there's a very low likelihood that we would survive there, even if we did want to go there. That has traditionally killed our community every single time. So now Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is the opposite spectrum, where there is absolutely zero PvP. There is no PvP at all in that game, and it is apparently really hard to play solo. Like, you have to have a group. So if you liked Dark Age of Camelot or EverQuest, and you remember those days of needing somebody else to help you be able to do content, that is the game that you'd want to play. But that, in today's world, I don't know is going to work so well. So the gaming world has kind of shifted since 20 years ago. They don't play the same way that we used to. So we'll see. But it does look like Throne of Liberty definitely is the big attraction. The nice thing about Throne of Liberty, from what I've read so far, is that there's no forced PvP. It's all consensual. So if you want to PvP, you can PvP. If not, you don't have to go there. You don't have to do it. It's got like RVR lakes essentially where you go to do your PvP, which is a really cool idea. I've always loved that idea, always supported that idea. I don't like it when they force the PvP on others. So we'll see. But yeah, so that is the poll portion. Thank you all for casting your votes. I really appreciate you voicing your opinions and letting me see what you're actually interested in. Next up, we're going to go on to Discord for the roundtable. So go ahead and hop on to Discord. There is a channel labeled Gaiscioch Community Summit. I'm going to unmute, so please don't all talk at the same time. And we will do some questions and answers. All right, everybody.
Of course, most of the channel is still muted.
True. True.
That means you should go, Morgan.
I don't have any questions.
Introduce yourself.
Dang it. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. I guess first of all, like, hi, I'm Morgan. There's some confusion about my name. It's Kyriel, but it's also Morgan. Morgan for anywhere where I don't want people to DDoS me, and Kyriel anywhere I'm comfortable.
Perfectly acceptable.
I can still hear you.
I guess otherwise, I'm fairly new to the company. I only joined like a little over 6 months ago, I think now. I basically joined for New World, and that's where most of my time has been spent. I don't think I've ever fallen into like a guild or a company and felt at home so fast. I absolutely love the vibe here, and I know I haven't hung out with all of you because a lot of you are coming from like Guild Wars, but everybody I've hung out with, it's been great. It's been so much fun here. I was super surprised by the Elder thing. I seem to be the only person who was super surprised, but I was super surprised. So, like, still kind of learning my way around that. I'm happy to come support the community any way that I can. And, like, if anybody, you know, has suggestions for things I can help do better or more, areas I can improve, I'm always welcome to that. Like, just drop me a line, hit me up on Discord. I'm probably going to start expanding into some more games, and my leave should be over by the end of this coming week. I've got a few jobs IRL that are going to hold me back a little bit, but I should be coming back around to more playtime and getting to interact with more of you again.
How do you plan to balance all of these games?
Look at that. Okay, so now is it broadcasting? That's weird. Okay, so I have to be on the stream deck to be able to push push talk. That's lovely. Okay, do you hear me in Discord at least?
I do.
Yeah, we heard you.
Okay, so that's good. Yay me. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a balancing act. We're going to try these things, and eventually we'll find that thing that is like the big game that people actually like to play. You know, right now Guild Wars 2 is it. You know, we got Guild Wars 2 and Conqueror's Blade. New World is still pretty active. Um, I'm not having to twist people's arms to join me in these games. I'm going to try to throw ESO on there and see if people want to show up. I'm hoping that they do because, Sir Henry's like literally been trying to lead events all these years and he doesn't get much participation. And I think that we can really have something going in ESO if we as a community pull together and do it. But we got to show that we're there. So it's just going to be a little bit of work, and I think it'll be worth it in the end. Throne and Liberty, when it comes around, we're probably going to investigate that, and if it turns into the next big thing, people from those other games, they will dip and go to Throne and Liberty, and then they'll all be playing that, just like they did with New World. New World pulled so many people out of each of our games, and they were all playing New World for a while, and it didn't swim as well as we hoped. People went right back to the games that they were playing. But you know what? A lot of the people that we met in New World when we were there are now playing Conqueror's Blade. They're playing GW2. They're playing ESO. They're playing Lost Ark. They're playing the other games with us. And that's the joys of these new games. Is every time we jump into a game and we play and we build a community there, those people are then part of our community. And then no matter where we go, they're still part of it. It's just going out there, showing the world what it means to be a Gaiscioch and how you don't have to be a jerk to be a MMO player. You can go out there and have fun and make friends and go have wonderful experiences in all kinds of cool fantasy worlds and not have to be like, oh, I'm going to grind out every single second of my day in this one game that sooner or later is going to be turned off and all my efforts for 15 years of work and they're going to be down the toilet. No, we're building relationships, we're building memories. These things can't be taken away from you when the game goes offline. They stay with you forever. There are friends that I've made, people that are coming back to Gaiscioch now. Were there in the first days of Gaiscioch, like 20 years ago. They were there, but they see our name and they come back to us because they remember us and they remember how fun it was to be here. That's what we're after, because all of these games sooner or later will go away. They will die. Everyone, even WoW. WoW will go away someday. Mark my words. I am prophesizing right now. WoW's doom someday. It will go away. Trust me. But what won't go away is the fact that you had fun there, and you made friends there, and you went to different games with them, and you had grand experiences with them. That is going to come with you, no matter where you go.
Ultima Line's still there.
Totally off topic. And out of nowhere, tonight is Blood Moon. There is a super Blood Moon outside. If you want to check the sky, it's full moon, there is an eclipse, and the moon is red, depending on where you are. And it's cloudy. It happens.
I am sad. I'm sad to say that Lost Ark does probably only have about 15 active players left, maybe 17. We've been losing a lot lately. I've actually started canceling most of my events just because I don't get anybody coming to them. It's pretty depressing. I'm probably going to be shutting down one or both of the alt guilds and focusing just on the main guild in the next week or two, and just getting all the characters into one guild so that we can at least have everybody in the same guild and keep working on one. Yeah, if there's people out there who played for a while and stopped playing and want to come back and want to experience some of the abyssal dungeons and some of the tougher guardian raids, we've got some people in the guild who are getting very good at those things, so we can definitely bring people through, like Pedro and myself and Burninator. Uh, can pull people into those abyssal dungeons, and it's some pretty interesting content. Some of it is challenging, but we can talk people through it, and you know we did it earlier today, and ones that we actually had trouble with a month ago, we just smoked it today, like no deaths, no issues. It was amazing. So yeah, if people want to get into it, come on back, we'll take you.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions?
Well, not questions, but well, maybe a question and whatnot. I'm trying to find out for ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, what is the best time for events, because logging in at certain times and you have 9 people on, and as soon as I say the event, 5 people log off. Maybe I'm scaring them, but I'm not sure. But when you get down to 4 people, it's not going to really have anyone showing up for an event. I might be picking the wrong times and dates and now, because the player base has changed, and the great times used to be Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays might not be good anymore, and Saturdays used to be great, but now it's kind of quiet, and maybe Sundays and Fridays is better. I don't know. So I'm looking for times that'll work better for everyone, and then the events will go off more often.
Yeah, I really can't tell you per se personally,
Yes.
but I think
Yeah.
as a community, as things start picking up, I think as we come into June, we'll probably see a lot more people jumping back into ESO as the new expansion drops. And I'm hoping at that point we can try to get some polls up, figure out what people want to do and when. I know I'm going to start by trying to lead AVA events. Those I can pretty much tag along with the Zerg, and whatever we have, we can just team up and go forth together. But for the most part, and we did meet some people in New World that also like ESO. So we've been talking, and we think that we can probably get an AVA team going. So I'm gonna bring some AVA to the table. We're gonna see if we can recruit some people while we're there, and hopefully stimulate things a bit more to get some kind of cohesion going and get some more people out there. But yeah, it should be pretty fun. But yeah, I think that the best course of action is come June when people are starting to get back in. Let's run some polls and find out.
Yeah, I have an old account on ESO, Sir Henry, and I used to play ESO for 5 years. I was a guild master. I did all kinds of things. So I've seen your posts for events, and if there's a particular time, I'm happy to support. I've thought about coming back, so I just saw the cutscene with the latest content for the Story of the Bretons. So maybe I'll come back. So I will link up there and hopefully support you.
Yeah, I
On
mean that'd be
yeah,
great.
so, yeah. I don't think there's a particularly good time of the week to get back to your question. I think it's really just stirring up interest about playing on that platform. And I've been playing on it for 7 years, and I left it for New World. But I have a lot of people asking me to come back, so maybe I'll come back.
Well, I only asked because, as Fog said, there's 101 players. Well, really 100 because the 100th one is my other account, so I guess you have to scratch that off the list. But there's 100 accounts playing, but, and usually I see about 10 people on or whatever. But, when I'm not really playing and I log in just to get my dailies, I do see 20 some odd people on, but I didn't really pay attention to the days that they had 20 some odd people on. So, that's why I was mentioning maybe the time and day might not be the most appropriate time anymore. So, to get 3 or 4 people show up for an event versus 1 or 2, makes it a little more interesting. So. Or lots of zeros, I do have a lot of zeros lately.
Indeed. And that happens. I mean, it's happened to every game I've played. Sooner or later, there's those events where you don't get anyone showing up. I find that consistency usually matters the most. Just be vocal, show up early to your events, start promoting in chat when your events are happening. Try to be there at least 15 minutes early promoting your event that's coming up. Let people know. Get them in Discord if they can. I know Discord is a hardship these days to get people in. People are kind of becoming more isolationists than usual, which is really weird. We used to love jumping into Ventrilo. 200 people in a Ventrilo channel was absolutely mind-numbing, but that used to be a thing back in the days. Now it's really hard to get people to join chat.
We could go back to ICQ.
I would think it'd be easier now with COVID and stuff. People are more accustomed to working remotely and engaging in the remote channels, but fair enough.
Definitely not.
No, definitely not.
So I hang out.
But I would agree, Henry Vale. If you get in the Discord early, and I will try to log into my ESO account and find you guys. I heard from Warchild that you're actually Ebonheart, but I'll find you, and I have an Ebonheart alt, and I can come help out.
Okay, I mean, sometimes I log in the game first and I see if there's any activity, and if there's activity, I log into the Discord channel. But and sometimes there's no activity, I just don't bother. But because usually people log in Discord after they join the group, so no one joins the group. But I just do whatever I do, and then I go back to work.
Yeah, never judge a game's activity by what you see in Discord. For one, our Discord has hidden channels, so a lot of times you're wondering, oh, there's nobody playing Conqueror's Blade. No, you don't have the Conqueror's Blade channel activated, so you can't see all the Conqueror's Blade players. Come around Tuesday or Saturday night, you'll see 50 people in a channel together. It's quite busy. But a lot of people won't get into Discord until there's somebody to play with. So like when they group up, then they join Discord. That's kind of been the modern trend. So don't get discouraged if you look in the GW2 channel and there's nobody playing. I guarantee you there are probably 50 people online right now in Guild Wars 2. That is a thing. I don't think I've ever seen less than 50 online at any given time. It's just...
And don't be afraid to sit in a channel all by yourself either. Just pop the music on in a different window. People will show up.
Yep. I hang out up in the top channels every single day. I'm there for one reason and one reason only, just in case you have a question or you need something voiced or you have concern. Anything you have, maybe it's a question about a game, come on over. Come hang out with me. I'm more than happy to chat with you in between things that I'm coding and working on and uploading and downloading and, video chatting. And so feel free to come in. Come get to know me, because I want to know every one of you. I'm not one of those guild leaders that has like minions upon minions upon minions and layers upon layers. I want to be the frontline guy that shakes your hand as you walk through the door. Don't be afraid of me. I'm not some uber elite guy that you can't talk to. I'm just a humble dude that wants to hang out and play with you. That's it.
Or like I do, I go there and talk to him about pizza toppings.
Right. Well,
Oh.
you're just trying to scare me with that pineapple pizza. I'm not scared of pineapple. I love pineapple actually. So you're not scaring me with that. But Don, however, he's highly allergic to pineapple, so he want nothing to do with pineapple.
I'll eat Don's pizza. That's okay.
But yeah, that is one of the grand debates. The other grand debate that Gaiscioch faces is bacon or cats. What was the internet invented for?
Cats.
Cats with bacon on them?
Cats eating bacon?
My cat loves bacon, actually.
Can cats have a little salami? Meow.
But yeah, so we do have a secret cats channel. Feel free to activate that. Kitty is
Very
From right,
secret.
they probably
Trying
taste
to
like
die.
bacon.
It's a Greater Society of Cat Herders. Don't you know what GSEH stands for?
It's not a secret if you mention it.
Well, cat's out of the bag.
Very secret.
It's not secret anymore, that's for sure.
All right, does anybody else have anything out? We are coming close to the 2-hour mark where I got to cut this thing off.
Did you peeps hear that Guild Wars 2 is actually going to Steam this year sometime?
Yeah, but most of the people are already playing GW2 on the GW2 client. I don't know that there's anyone here that is on the fence of playing GW2 because it's not on Steam yet. Because we all know it's going to be like you get it in your Steam library, and then you launch GW2 in the launcher, which is the same launcher that you get from GW2's website anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that's going to necessarily bring too many more people to the ball. It just basically puts one more launcher before your launcher. So I really don't see that being a huge introduction to GW2 at this point. I mean, it's almost 10 years old, so.
Has it been 10 years?
It's getting there. I think it's on year 9 now. But
Good
it's...
question. I think it's 8.
I think we just crossed the 8 and we're working on that 9th year right now.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure I got my 8-year anniversary present.
I've got my 8-year birthday on Humble Misty.
Yeah, it's released 2012, so congratulations. So yeah, it's been around a long time. We were playing it 2 years before it released, so we have quite the history with it. But yeah, it's been definitely our most successful chapter to date. It's consistently had over 300 this entire time, which has been something to write home about. It's really a true tale sign that people want to play a casual, friendly, social game where people group together and do things together, and can go on grand adventures together. There's a lot of really big targets to take on, a lot of things that you can do. You can do PvP, you can do PvE, you can craft, you can explore. There's a lot of content there. So and it doesn't feel like overwhelming. Like it's something I can introduce my mom to, which I did, and she actually loves the game.
Hi, Fox Mom.
My nephews love it. My nephews are actually better at it than I am at this point. So
They're at the point of being bored.
yeah, they're a little too at the top of their game right now, but it's good. So definitely try it out. I'm really hoping that we can find something that kind of attracts people in the same way that GW2 did. But there's always GW3, right?
Makes you wonder if they're going to do the same thing they did with Guild Wars 1 and 2, that depending on your amount of achievements on Guild Wars 2, on Guild Wars 1, it will transfer to Guild Wars 2 as a different achievement. Which means I gotta go back to Guild Wars 2.
All right, folks. Well, this pretty much brings us to the end. Really appreciate you all coming out and joining us for today. I hope you saw some things that you didn't know about that might have tickled your interest. It definitely has some cool things that I didn't know were coming, and I saw them like in the past couple weeks, and I was like, oh, you guys love this. I got to show this to you. In any case, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you guys again next time. 3 months from now, we'll be doing another one. It'll be third quarter, and we'll be taking a look at a lot of new stuff because that whole Games Fest is going to be going down. There's going to be a whole lot of new trailers, new things to talk about. So I look forward to seeing you there. In any case, I will post it up onto the Discord so you got a save the date reminder. And I hope that worked out for you guys. That event system is pretty nice for certain things. You can also get the Games Fest there, so check out our Discord. In any case, Slán go bhfuil, everybody. I will see you next time.
Thank you, Fog.
Bye.
Thank you, Fog.
Bye-bye.